Greetings, and what up, adventurers? I'm Mulatto Rants with Muscle and Magicka, and you, my friends, have just accepted a quest. Now, in the previous quest, we took down a boss, that of myth and misinformation, and we determined the first and most important step, at least nutritionally speaking, to achieving your fitness goals. So, if you haven't already, make sure and get that quest completed. Don't worry, we'll still be here when you finish. Besides, if you don't do part 1, you won't get full experience for this quest. Now that that's out of the way, today we're talking about calories. What are they? Why are they important? Why does pie taste so good? All of these questions, most of these questions, we're gonna tackle in today's quest. So, get your health potions, get your pre-workout, and let's go. In the last quest, we discovered that the primary driver of weight loss or weight gain is not eating clean or eating 6 meals a day, not what type of cardio you do, not whether you're a rock or fire type Pokemon. It's energy balance, or calories in versus calories out. So, what's a calorie? Technically speaking, there are two kinds of calories. There's the small calorie, more commonly used in chemistry, and then there's the large calorie, or kilocalorie, that we use in nutrition to refer to the energy stored within food, like pie. Now, in both cases, the calorie is a term used to measure a unit of energy. For our purposes, though, we're just going to worry about the latter. Now, just like we each have an experience bar that tells us how many points we need to reach the next level, we each also have a certain number of calories that our body needs per day to maintain its current weight. This is known as your maintenance level, or maintenance calories, or if you want to get really technical about it, TDEE, or total daily energy expenditure. Now, why does this matter to you exactly? Most of you who have joined this party, myself included, have some kind of goal that will necessitate either weight loss, weight gain, or in some cases, maybe maintenance of weight. Now, whether your goal is to get stronger and put on muscle, or to lose fat and get leaner, whatever the case may be, you can absolutely go to war in the gym. But if you're not eating appropriate to your goals, you're not going to see much progress, or at least not the kind you want. If you're eating too many calories to lose weight, or you're not eating enough calories to gain weight, it's kind of like using a destruction spell to try to level your restoration magic. It's just not gonna work. For this reason, I highly recommend tracking your calories, even if only for a short time, because it's gonna give you a much more accurate idea of your intake from day to day. Now, we all know that guy. He's 200 pounds, 6 foot tall. He swears he's eating 1,500 calories a day, but for some reason, he just can't lose weight. Spoiler alert, he's not eating 1,500 calories per day. He's not actually tracking his calories, so he has no way of knowing he's actually getting closer to 4,000 calories a day. On the other hand, we also all know that girl. She's about $110, 5'4", and she swears she's eating 4,000 calories a day. But for some reason, she just doesn't gain weight. You see where I'm going with this? As humans, we are notorious for overestimating, underestimating, and all around misreporting our intake. And that's why weighing your food and tracking your calories can be such a useful tool. Now, do I think that everyone has to track their calories? Of course not. Obviously, there are plenty of people out there with great physiques who never tracked a single thing. However, if you've joined my party and you're doing this quest, it's probably because you're looking to take your training or your nutrition to the next level. Whether you're an intermediate who's maybe plateaued, or a beginner who's not quite sure where to start, or even an advanced guy who's always looking for new tips. Whatever category you fall into, if you haven't done it before, tracking your calories can be an incredibly helpful tool for getting a sense of your intake and taking full control of your progress. I think it was Eric Helms that said that not tracking your calories is kind of like deciding you're going to build a house without using a tape measure. I mean, you could probably do it, but why? And before anyone comes at me about how hard or inconvenient it is to track your calories, my friends, it is the year of our Lord 2015 Anno Domini. And with things like MyFitnessPal and all the other little fitness apps and trackers, it is easier and more convenient than ever. One final note. If you currently have or have ever struggled with an eating disorder or any type of overly obsessive compulsive tendencies, in your case, calorie counting might not be the best idea. But worry not, young mage, for we have other approaches which we will cover in future quests. So, if you gained some experience points today, or maybe even leveled up, leave me a like. And if you want to come along on the next quest, where we talk specifically about how to calculate your calorie needs, then subscribe and join my party. Until next time, Mulatto Rants, logging out.